why don't diets work, especially when you're channeling that anxiety?
Diets don't work for a number of reasons, but probably the primary thing is first and foremost physiological. And we've known the physiological and biochemical consequences of dieting for more than 15 years now. In a nutshell, one of the key things is that when you lose weight below what your body normally is designed to be at from a genetic perspective, your body fights back. Like it wants to be at the weight that it's designed to be at for optimal health. Now, that weight may be someone who has a BMI of 22 or 23. And if you look at social media and the magazines, those images will say you're overweight. But in fact, that's the perfect body weight for you. So the body fights back. And most importantly, I think a real important source of information for me in my studies was I was at a lecture at Columbia University, and one of the professors was talking about fat cells. And it was like the pivotal key for me that made it all make sense. But basically, if you think of a fat cell as a little storage unit, and its goal is to stay full of fat, so that if you run out of food, you've got energy stores to rely upon, so you don't die. So when you lose weight, you don't lose fat cells, you just lose the content in the fat cells. So the fat cells kind of shrink down and now they're semi-empty, right? And that's when you lose weight. But guess what? That fat cell is not designed to be empty. It's designed to be full. So the fat cell is not just sitting there doing nothing. It's an active cell. So it's going to fight back and send signals to the brain and say, please eat, I'm supposed to be full. So you get all of this increase in hunger, you get all of this increase in chemical signals going to the brain, seek out food and please eat and keep eating until all those fat cells get filled up again. And that, I feel, is one of, there are a lot of mechanisms, but that's one of the key mechanisms that I think we totally miss with the whole weight loss piece, that therefore your body is going to fight back and it's a physiological response. I think the biggest thing there, Jared, if I may, that makes me honestly really angry is that people don't know that. And when they start to eat again and overeat and so-called fall off the wagon, then we say, oh,
It's my fault.
You don't have enough willpower. You couldn't sustain it. It's your fault. And it's not. You know, and that's the biggest joke that the weight loss industry has played on the population.
Isn't it horrible? It is. It's horrible.
So unethical on so many levels, I can't even tell you.
I know. It's horrible. And they know.
You're speechless right now, right?
No. I mean, I know. But it's horrible when you think about it. I mean, if you go to weightwatchers.com and you go to, I think, weightwatchers.com/research, they have all these studies, right? But at the very first paragraph of, like, before they list all their studies, they say, like, we find a lot of evidence for our program that works, but like all of our studies are only measured up to 6 months.
Of course they are.
So they say all of our studies work, but we're only counting the ones that are up to 6 months. It's horrible.
It's ridiculous.
It's horrible.
Because as we know, if you track anyone 3 to 5 years out after a weight loss attempt, then 95% of people will have regained their weight plus some. And it's the plus some, the extra pounds that they've gained because they've messed up their metabolic, they've messed with their body composition. And so each successive weight loss they go through, there'll be weight gain, weight regain, plus some, plus some, plus some. And now you're 20 pounds above where your body was designed to be. And you may have health consequences. You may have health consequences as a result of that. So it's actually very, very damaging. And I think that there could be certainly some ideas around the idea that the weight loss industry has significantly contributed to what people are now grappling with, which is more and more people struggling with being at a higher weight than they originally may have been, and the distress that that goes along with that. So the joke here, I think it's not a joke, that's not the right word. The irony is that the more we're focused on weight loss and all these weight diets out there, as a society, and I'm Australian, it's the same in Australia, as a society, our average BMI has increased, not decreased. right? And you're going to ask the question, what the hell's up with that?